Hey guys, how you doing? Trucker G here.
And Mrs. G.
As usual, we'll wait till we get some people on here.
How's everyone doing?
Well, how you doing again?
I said,
Oh, Lordy. Let's see. Get my stuff ready so I can read comments too.
Shizniblets.
Oh, Lordy. Tell you what, I came home and it was just like yesterday. Ate me some food, lay down for just 2 seconds.
Yeah, someone took a
I
nap.
was gone.
I will not name names,
Honey,
but someone
I'm home.
took a nap.
Bam Bam says.
Honey, you're home.
Oh, Lord.
Let me see if I can get this pulled up better on
Miss G's trying to
tablet
make
so
it where
that-
she can read it better.
so we both can read it better. Let's see,
read that over.
let's see. Give me a momento. Un momento.
I think I got it right
Por
here.
favor.
I think I got it.
There you go. There we go. I think we can get this.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Marquetta said, "Cool ears." Thank you. I'm pretty
Thank
fond
you.
of them
I'm
too.
pretty fond of them.
Melody said, "Good evening, G's." Ron said, "Hi, G's." Chris said, "Good evening, G's." Well, good evening. Jerry Wright said, "Good evening, G's." Who got their pants on?
I got my shorts on.
I have shorts on too. Excuse me. Dwayne Barth.
How you doing?
How's
Dwayne?
everything going for you and Mrs. G?
We're doing good. Very blessed.
Very blessed. Twyla said, "Hi, G's." Hi. Cindy said, "Lord have mercy. The whole base camp is up in arms."
Oh, what are they up in arms about now? I
Tiffany,
fell asleep.
Tiffany said, hello. Good evening. DJ said, "Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. G. Glad to see you all. Prayers for safe travels. Love the G's.
Alex said, "Good evening."
After dark."
Bam Bam said, enjoyed seeing all the pretty iron today. Yes, I always do. Bam says, "Hi, G's. How you doing, guys? How you doing?"
What's up, fam? TT, I'll tell you what. G took a nap, and
What's Frank saying?
Frank Griffin. Frank Griffin in the house said, rode all afternoon. Get your bearings and come over for a few days.
Might need to, brother. Might need to.
But no, like I was saying, G took a nap, and TT got her bath and got her nails trimmed and filed, and Mooch got a bath and got his nails filed, and Lila got a bath and got her nails trimmed and filed. That was good fun. At least with Mooch and TT, they jump right into the tub. Lila, not so much.
Somebody said, when I heard that yawn before you ate this afternoon, I knew a nap was going to happen. LOL.
Y'all knew
I have
what was
a hubby
going on.
also that has the same yawn giggle. That's wives know. I think Mrs. G knew I was fixing to crash too.
Oh yeah, I left out of the room and came back 5 minutes later, and before I even got to the door, I could hear him snoring.
Alex says, "Thanks for signing my pictures and being so kind to my little girl at the truck show."
Oh.
Oh, you don't have to thank me for
love
that. I love
kiddos.
children. I love children.
Becky said, "Hi, G's," from another G. Grams from Oswego, New York. Oswego, New York.
And I probably said it wrong too.
Amber said only state and American flags can be flown, and porta potties and showers will be picked up tomorrow. As for the flags, they didn't.
Well, hold on, let me finish. Let me read this one. This will go right back to your.
Oh, okay, we're rounding right back around.
Pam D Happy Cat says they're all upset about flags. Convoy.org, peoplesconvoy.org has said only national or state flags, trying to quell the talk of it being political, and they're all mad. Yeah, I kind of caught a little bit of that. Mrs. G filled me in, so she went to that. So I kind of figured that's where you guys were going, and I heard the same thing you guys did. But what I heard was nonpartisan flags. So it wasn't only state flags and American flags. It was nonpartisan flags. So fly what you want. And they didn't say you could only fly those. What they said is we would like to ask you. And there's a difference between demanding and asking. I understand why they're asking it. It's basically the same thing I've been saying since day one, that we need to stop the division in this country. And that's what's keeping a lot of people from joining in with this convoy, because it's about all of us, not just the Republicans, not just Democrats. It's about all of us. It's about the division that's happened in this country for years upon years, decades. They've got us divided. And we're divided over everything. Like I said, we're divided over race, religion, color, sexual preference, political preference. It's got to stop. When does it stop? You tell me, please.
Excuse me. Christine said, tornado 30 miles from me this morning. Oh my goodness, Christina. I'm glad you're safe and sound, hon. Angie said,
I guess if somebody's mad about what kind of flags they can fly, were they really here for the right reason? Because we're not here for political gain by no means. I know I'm not here for no political gain. I don't really care who's in office. What I do care, or what party is in office, should I say? What I do care about is the right person is in office and works for us, the people, what's best for this country. That's what I care about. He can call himself Marvin Martian for all I care, and side with the oblivious, or heck, I don't even know. Side anywhere he wants to side, as long as they're
people eater.
Yeah, there you go. I like that, honey. The purple people eater party. I could care less what party somebody's in. I want somebody that does right by us, by our children, by our country. What's best for this country? What's best for this nation?
Angie said they're trying to tell the people in the convoy they can only fly state and country flags.
They asked. There's a difference between asking and demanding.
Deanna said, do you know the route yet? What part of Tennessee will they be passing through? Okay.
We put the routes down. They're going to be coming back down through 40 through Tennessee.
Christy said, well, LOL, that place is ready to leave for Cali. I see it in the faces. Dwayne Barth asked, Mrs. G, how was your birthday? It was awesome.
She had a great birthday.
Jeannie said, love the Bugs Bunny hat. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sorry, guys, it went kind of quick. Debbie says, I agree with the flags. Fly flags that unite us, not divide us. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's not about trying to gain any kind of political gain on it, by no means, because I'm not in this for politics. I told you from day one, I don't do politics, can't stand politics. It's just a further division for people. Said it from day one, and I'll say it till the rest, till my dying breath. Could care less about politics. What I do care about is people, us, my family, my grandchildren, your family, your grandchildren. That's what I care about. Throw these parties to the side. When have any of these parties done 100% right by us? Every one of them on both sides line their pocket. Just look at the whole mandate, the whole, what you call it?
Shot.
The whole shot. Who's invested in these pharmaceutical companies? Both sides are invested heavily in these pharmaceutical companies. And I'm tired of reading the comments saying this is a big Trump train, this is the MAGA thing. Never once have you heard that come out of my mouth, but you're going to come on my channel or on my page
Stream.
And tell me that's what I'm about. I'm not about that. And I guess since we're going to talk about all that, let's go into a comment that I read that actually made me mad. Usually the comments don't make me mad. I let it roll off my back. I consider the source, and I consider some people, their comments, basically they're sheep also. You know what I mean? As far as saying it's political, when you watch me, you know you never heard nothing political come out of my mouth as far as one side or the other. Mm-hmm. But this one kind of bothered me, and it made me mad. And I don't usually throw names out there, but I'm going to throw this person's name out there, because if they felt just enough to write it in a comment, then it's out there for everybody to see anyway. Robin Washburn, you should probably stop posting about the convoy. You could care less. You left those guys. I guess you were going to take another victory lap and go back with them after you deserted them in D.C. Or, that's a question. I guess you're going to take another victory lap and go back with them after you deserted them in D.C. To me, and a bunch of other truckers, you are all about the fame and notoriety. But when it comes right down to it, you tuck your tail between your legs and run. All bark, no bite. This has come from a person that I didn't see in Adelanto. I didn't see him from the beginning. I didn't hear him on none of the phone calls before this convoy started. Matter of fact, I didn't get a phone call for him while I'm still trying to make plans for the convoy it's in Maryland. I didn't get a phone call from them. So how do they know anything about me? notoriety, if you watched me, you know I didn't even want to film any of this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I didn't want to stream none of it because I was not trying to build my page off this. I had an existing page before all this. My existing page dealt with nothing but trucking. Why was it there? It was there to help truckers. I spent decades doing nothing but trying to help truckers in this industry. What I would like to know from Robin is, what has she done besides be mouthy? What have you done? You know, it makes me mad. It really does.
I know it does. And I told you sometimes you need to let things like that roll off your back because it ain't worth the
But
breath.
when it's coming from a trucker, that's what bothers me.
It's sad. It is sad. Obviously, like you said, she has not done her research. She hasn't looked back to see, why you started your page to begin with. You're not a pop-up overnight. It was like, oh, okay, the convoy's starting. Let's start a page. So I wouldn't put too much stock in it.
There was something I wanted to say, and it just went because that's what happens when you get angry.
Hey, get down.
You lose focus when you operate on anger, and I know better, but I'm human, just like everybody else. Sometimes anger gets the best of me.
Yes, and you have to forgive that person, not for that person, but for yourself. Because what is it doing? Is it hurting that person?
I just know a lot of people that got into this convoy. When we started, we didn't have that many trucks out of Atlanta, California. There wasn't that many trucks. I don't know who posted it up and who decided to say something in an article saying that there was going to be 1,000 trucks. I said from day one that I'd be happy if 10 trucks showed up, and it gains momentum along the way, because that's what I seen was going to happen. I said there's going to be few trucks that show up, and it's going to gain momentum as we roll. Okay, and basically I was right. Not saying that I'm always right, but I was right there. There was probably about maybe 35 to 40 trucks to begin with, but I know trucking. I know how a lot of these truckers operate. They sit back on the sidelines and they wait to see what happens before they decide to join in. When we left out of Adelanto, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if the general public was going to be on our side or not. Didn't matter, because we were there for a cause that we believe in.
And we still believe
we still believe in that cause. Once I seen all the people standing on the overpasses, all the people that thought they were hopeless and alone, and all of a sudden realized they're not alone, that's when people started joining in. And I'm glad they did. I was praying they would, and they did. They came in. But it's the same people like Robin here that stood on the sidelines, and now you're going to tell me, after everything that I did to help start this, that I don't care, that I'm just in it for fame and notoriety? You don't know me. Why did you reach out to me? Why don't you send me your number? Why don't we talk?
Let's have a conversation.
You're a truck driver. Before you bash another truck driver, maybe you should see where they come from. It really irks me.
And guys, I know we missed a bunch of stars, and thank you guys. Star salute. Francis says haters mean you're saying and doing something right.
I expected it from trolls, but this wasn't a troll. This was another driver, and I don't understand what they're all mad about.
Excuse me. Katie said, I have earphones on, and that dog snoring makes me keep looking around the room for my dog, thinking it's him, LOL. And the thing is, she's not snoring. She's wide awake.
I go back, and we miss a lot of comments here, but I try to catch the comments. So I'll go back and I'll read some of the older comments. And right now, all the comments are great. And tonight, all the comments will be great for the next few hours. But that's when the trolls start stepping in, and they start writing all their troll comments down. So every good comment you guys done put on here, they step on with
their negativity,
with hate. And that way, later on, when somebody looks back at anything that we post, all anybody sees is the hate, and people turn into sheeple, and they say, "Well, nobody likes this." Then you see all the good comments, they see all the negative comments, and then they start following that negativity. Cause that's how a lot of people are. That's because that's what our government's done to us for decades. They've turned us into sheep instead of free thinkers. They want us to believe what they want us to believe, and have no mind of our own, to have no opinions, to have no decisions in our life. They want to run our life.
Leprechaun said, breathe, brother. Those that matter know the truth. And I agree with you, Leprechaun, wholeheartedly. Monica said, I wish y'all would have come to Wheeling, West Virginia. There is so much history here. You would have loved it. Aww.
Doesn't mean we ain't going to come back, guys.
Yeah.
Me and Mrs. G plan on going to all these places because I love the history.
That's a big thing. We are, I never used to be a history buff. I was always into science. But after, all these years with G, it's rubbed off on me.
Am I one of those people that can recite history after I see it all? No, I can't. I can't remember half the stuff that I learned, but I take it all in. It's just the joy of seeing the architecture. It's the joy of knowing the battles that were fought there, and knowing what was given and what sacrifices were made on that ground that I'm standing on. That just it consumes my soul.
Elise said, Mr. G or Mrs. G loves seeing you with your hat on. Take care of yourself, Mr. G. You have a beautiful family. Keep your blood pressure down. I love the G family. And we love you guys.
It's disheartening.
It is.
And that's why I understand what they were talking about when they wanted the nonpartisan flags on there. It's because they don't want the divide in this country. This divide has got to stop. When does it stop?
If your heart is in the right place and you're doing it for the right reasons, it shouldn't really bother you. It shouldn't matter.
Let's just kind of go over this. I didn't read none of the YouTube comments, so you'll have to check those out too. But let me find this real quick. It was sent to me.
Let's see.
Just found out, another bill that they're trying to pass in California, and it's not even on the top 10 about the COVID, because this has nothing to do with COVID, but it kind of goes with some of the stupid stuff that, I don't know about cussed, the stuff that California tries to push through. This is the AB 223. The AB 223 that they're trying to pass. If it goes through, what that basically is saying, that a mother can kill their baby 7 days after birth and not be liable. Take that in for a minute. 7 days after birth. We'll just let it sit there. I don't think I need to even comment on that.
Tanya said, I just don't know why they had to hesitate when I said if I have a Jesus flag on my truck, hold on, I'm trying to read it and it's trying to roll on me. Jesus flag on my truck, if it is going to be banned, that makes me question the whole convoy.
I understand. I heard it. It's state flags, American flags, and non-partisan flags. That means any flag you want to fly, as long as it's not political, is all they're asking, non-partisan. And the reason why I probably hesitated is because you're getting flack because of the people that want to fly the FJB flags and want to fly the Trump flags and want to try to fly the political flags. They've prayed every single morning, as far as I know. This has been a mission from God. If you want to fly a Jesus flag, I'm here to tell you, fly your Jesus flag.
Spicy Peach said the same 12 families own all the world corporations.
If you want to fly a Buddhist flag, I'm here to tell you, fly your Buddhist flag. That's what's great about this country. We have the right for not to be persecuted over religion.
Pam D said, thank you, G. Maybe they will understand now.
And at the end of the day, like that other person said, fly what you want. They're not demanding you do anything. They're asking you, because we need to bring this country back together. We need to stop with this division. I said it 100 times, and I'll keep saying it. George Washington, one of our forefathers himself, said in his farewell address, the parties will be the death of this country, and we're watching it before our very eyes.
Richard said, that's right. This is a people's movement, not a political rally. Jim Betty says, so thankful for the patriots like y'all. Ooh. Christopher said, prayers and love, trucker OG. Linda said, you both are a great way to end my day. Spicy said, mostly y'all need to wake the F up. Smile said, wow, said Mr. G. Jake Break Bill said, quote of the day, you can't shake a hand with a clenched fist.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a good
Somebody's
analogy.
asking where Mike is. Guys, Mike's trailer's still there. It's still got the World War
That's the
II
one they were
flag on
standing
it.
on.
So Mike ain't gone.
No.
Mike's probably running and handling some business is probably what he's doing. Because he's not trucking without his trailer. I haven't talked to Mike, so I can't speak for Mike, but I'm telling you, he's not gone. His trailer's there.
Judy said, the Lord... Hold on, I gotta click on it. Judy said, the Lord is going to keep putting up with the stuff going on in this world.
I think she means the Lord's not going to keep putting up with the stuff going on in this world.
Karen said, love your hat so much, I had to get me one just like it. Yes, they're awesome. And I actually had one of the ladies reach out to me and ask me where I got it and where they can get one. And she found a bunch of awesome ones, some that actually light up with LED lights. Like she found cow ones, unicorn ones. She found one that is a pig, a flying pig.
I think I'm going to ask you guys a favor, and I don't usually ask this. If you can go back into some of my older posts, look at all the trolls that are on there and all the naysayers. You know what's from my heart. You know what I've been watching. These people don't watch what I say. They go on there for 10 minutes, just enough to comment, and then they leave.
And the thing,
step on their comments.
The thing is that they wait till the live is over and then they go back.
Oh yeah,
because they want to be sneaky, and instead of just doing it openly, if that's the way they feel and that's their opinion, why don't they just do it openly while we're on live so we can address it at the time? Hilda said, yes, they pray and say pledge, but in their talk they say the F word and other bad. Whoops, it won't let me open that. I don't know why. I'm guessing she said language because it didn't show me the whole comment. Lori said, California is out of control. We all support everything you all are doing. Hold the line and let's roll. I'm ready for snacks and trucking.
Lisa just posted up. She said this was posted about 10 minutes ago on the Washington County, Maryland Facebook page. Hagerstown Speedway in the address.
Yeah.
It's for open burning complaint. Single 911 call from someone in Missouri who is watching a live stream at the Speedway, and that a person is concerned that with the windy conditions in Maryland, that the campfire could spread or hurt someone. Really? Called from Missouri? That's what she said.
Jesse said, we spend too much time trying to control what others think and do. What a beautiful idea world would be if we all, and then it doesn't give me no more.
All you got to do is love your fellow human.
Yes.
Love your fellow human. If they don't do something that you don't like, if they say something that you disagree with, agree to disagree. You can have the debate over it and talk to each other about it. Not yell at each other, but talk to each other about it. And if you still can't come to a conclusion, agree to disagree, find another subject, or walk away. I don't hate the person any less if they disagree with me. I actually respect them a little more because they have an open mind. They're a free thinker by having their own opinion. As long as it's not the opinion of somebody else. And even somebody that has the opinion of somebody else, basically a sheeple, I don't hate them any less. We'll just agree to disagree. And sometimes it's time to give up the argument and walk away.
Cammie said, are you guys going to meet up with the convoy heading back to Cali? Yes, we are. Nikki said, geez at night, I love watching you all every time y'all come on here. Well, thank you.
They want to know where we'll meet up with the convoy.
Not sure just yet.
Should know better tomorrow. I'm gonna give the other organizers a call tomorrow, and I'm gonna figure out what my route's gonna be from there. More than likely, I think I'm gonna head down southeast. I probably won't make the Charlotte, but I'll probably make the next rendezvous or something like that.
Yeah, because we got to go pick TT.
That's where I'm leaning towards. This is the next rendezvous after Charlotte.
We've got to go pick up the truck, and then I still have to, put back in it what we need that's gonna be on the truck for us when we hit the road. And plus, we still have to put our mattress in as well.
Richard Welsh said, all the convoy's asking is for our freedoms back. Quit trying to run our lives. Pretty simple, isn't it, brother? People are making it way more than it needs to be.
Terry said, I can guarantee that call did not come from Missouri. A certain someone is on a roll down there stirring crap for the ones leaving. I just watched his video from a little bit ago.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know nothing about it. There's always going to be people that are trying to stir the pot.
Louise said, good evening, my second family. Love you too, here from Pennsylvania. Love you guys. Whoa.
Gigi said, Stanley is an hour away from where I live. I might have to go greet the convoy. Awesome, Gigi.
That would be nice. Elizabeth said, pups must be comfy. I don't hear them snoring tonight. Actually, TT just finally settled down on the floor next to our feet, and Mooch is passed out. I think they're still recuperating from the past few days of playing with the boys.
Rick Rex says, I just bought a don't tread on me Florida flag. Like the gas, then the flag, but it's an alligator instead of a snake.
Instead of a snake.
And Ron DeSantis signature.
Ron DeSantis. Brian said, some people just have a black heart. Jennifer Duck said, here's to Linden, Tennessee, geez. Hey, Jennifer.
Right on. Christina says, can't be part of a movement for freedom and then ask people to only fly certain flags. I chose to fly an American flag on the overpass, but you can't censor people. We are sick of censorship. You can ask, you can't demand. There's a difference between that. I can ask you to not do something, but I can't demand you not to do something. I'm not taking your freedom by asking you. I'm taking your freedom by demanding you. There's a difference there. You understand? You see what I'm saying? If you want to fly the flag that you've been asked not to fly, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you, or they might say something, but nobody can demand you to do nothing.
Kathleen said, please make sure you get a cycle ride in before you leave. Hope to. Don't know if it'll happen. William said, my son said, I'm trying to get that to pop up all the way.
And Christina also, she said we are sick of censorship. And you and me both. I'm sick of censorship myself. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of our freedoms being taken away. But one of the things to get our freedoms back is we got to come together. And if we don't come together, those freedoms that we want to remain in place and the freedoms that we want back are never going to remain in place and never going to come back
restored
if we don't come together. And that's what I'm saying here. I'm saying we need to stop the division. How do we stop the division? Sometimes we need to put our own feelings aside and come together for the greater good.
William said, my son said that he's upset how these people are treating you, Mr. G and Mrs. G. He's not happy. He said to tell you guys that he loves you and that you're in his heart and thoughts and prayers, and his favorite word to say to you guys is honk honk.
Well, Spicy Peach, I understand. This one was This was hidden, but I'm not going to unhide it. But I am going to say something to him. I understand your frustration. I understand your anger, but violence is never the answer.
No,
violence isn't the answer for us. Because when we fight amongst ourselves, what happens? We end up with a civil war, and it's brother killing brother, cousin killing cousin, and it's absolutely the last thing we want to see in this country.
And William, thank you for the stars. Here you go, sweetheart.
Freedom is not colorblind. I don't understand what you mean by that, Linda. Freedom is not colorblind. Freedom should be colorblind.
Ashley said, people keep asking to see Delilah.
Am I thinking right? You should be colorblind. I don't care what color you are.
No.
I don't care what side you vote for. Just vote for the person that's going to be best for this country.
You tapped the table.
Oh, she heard me.
Now she's going over there to see if it's Papa.
Tanya says, but the point is, they're asking us not to fight him for the media. Asking us not to fight him for the media. That's not covering us anyway. You guys are the ones that are there for us.
James,
it's for the people. I know he mentioned the media, but it's for the people that see us out on the roads. You know, who's going to join in if they think it's a political thing? I certainly, if I'm standing on the side of the road and I see a bunch of people getting together, even if I know what their cause is and they're all flying one side political, I'm going to think twice whether I want to join in, because I don't do politics. And I'm not here to further somebody's political agenda. I am here to further this country and to squash the division that has been happening for decades. You got to let it go, guys. You got to let it go.
Jillian said, yeah, G, what you said. James said, I'm back, all you truckers, and stand behind y'all. Thank y'all for fighting for us and even for the trolls. Love to roll with y'all, but can't. Prayers for y'all from Arkansas. Thank you very much. Thank you, James. Patricia said, TT is ready to roll. Let's go, Mama and Daddy G. That's what it is. TT's getting very restless. She's ready to get back into the truck. Horizontality.
I probably butchered it. I don't keep up in chat. I found you guys the day you left California. Have watched you ever since. Love you and thank you. You are beautiful souls. Agree with you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Craig said, the people who stir the pot should lick the spoon.
Jelaine says, dang, 28 minutes late.
It's all good. It's all good.
Daisy says, crazy what they said at the meeting tonight about only country and state flags. I think we just covered most of that.
Snowflake Cat said, we Hagertownians sure miss the G's. We miss you guys. You guys don't realize how much we miss you.
Horizontality says, yes, freedom should be colorblind. Linda says, oops, yes, that's what I meant. I figured it was.
Teresa said,
go ahead.
Please show Lila. Lila,
I think she's on the couch sleeping.
She is. TT and Mooch are not allowed on the couch, but Lila, she definitely is.
Laura Ruiz says they are pandering to mainstream media and the liberals, which is exactly what our politicians have done, and it's ridiculous. It's not that they're, like I said, it's not that they're pandering to the mainstream media. They're trying to get us all to group together, because we're going to need people from both sides of the aisle. Mm-hmm. People that believe that they're on both sides of the aisle. Some people don't even know what side of the aisle they are. Some people are on the fence and won't join in because it's leaning one way, a little too far one way.
Oh my God,
so how many people believe in the cause that we're about, but won't step in there with us? I've said it from the beginning when we got to Hagerstown, that if somebody with a Joe Biden flag wants to come there and fly that flag, I'll stand up for them, and they can park right next to me, and I'll fight every single person there for their right to fly that flag. You have the right to fly any flag you want. They're just asking you not to. There's a difference between asking and demanding.
No, Mama. Your paws hurt.
Bam says, Mrs. G, does G respond as well when you pull his ears?
Let's go.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Thanks, Bam Bam.
Mary said, Mrs. G, I hope you pack extra M&M's, Slim Jims, and some sweet teas, please, and thank you.
Baby Yaga says it doesn't matter. It's about freedom of choice. And that's what it is. But like I said, if we want anything to be accomplished in this nation, we have to unite together. I mean, on both sides of the aisle. And how are we going to bring both sides of the aisle together unless we throw our political beliefs and affiliations out the window? You heard Tyler Lee stand up on that stage, and he's running for Congress under the Republican Party, and he also said the same thing, that we need to throw the political affiliations to the side.
Darlene said, okay, let's sing Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go.
We're about to let it go if we don't unite in some way, because this is never going to work unless we come together as a whole, as a country.
Carolyn said, been following the G since Cuba. You feel like family. Thank you for all you're doing. I'm of an ex-trucker who went to be with Jesus in 2020. Proud of the G's. Praying you let Jesus love on the big rig, or on the real big. I think I said that right. And so sorry for your loss, honey. Shirley said, don't mail this an argument about a flag. I think she meant don't make this an argument about a flag. Teresa said, you're right, Mr. G. Totally agree. TT, behave. I could see it already.
Oh no, I won't let it go. When the whole thing is fighting for freedom, but you get told not to fly what you want. You didn't get told. You got asked. There's a difference between being told and asked.
Kelly said, "You two are the best. Love you guys, or love you, G's. Love you too, guys."
Like I said, I don't think it's too much to ask. If you want something accomplished in this world, we have to come together united, because they're stronger than we are until we are united. Mm-hmm. Do you not understand that? If they keep us divided, they're going to keep winning. We've lost already once we're divided. They've been winning this war for decades. Why? Because we're divided. It's one other thing to divide us. Get the hatred out of your mind and let your personal feelings go a little bit. I'm not saying let your freedoms go. You weren't forced to do nothing. You're not being demanded to do nothing. You're being asked. And the reason why they're asking you is the same thing that I've been telling you. If we do not come together united, then we're not strong at all. But if we can unite on both sides under the premises of these laws that are being passed, on the premises of the government overreach, because I'm sure we can all agree on both sides of the aisle that government overreach is rampant, and it has been for far too long. But if we can't unite on that, we've lost everything.
Amy said, "How many cowboys were there?" LOL. Joyce asked, "Did you take your truck in for a service?" Yes, we took the truck in so that it could have a PM, because it was due for one, actually a little overdue.
They're talking about cinnamon rolls. Gigi Lord, rolls? I don't know. She says, "I love cinnamon rolls. They get lost."
Oh, our oldest daughter makes awesome cinnamon roll pancakes for our grandson Squish. She just loves them.
Laura says the Canadians didn't tell their people not to have F. Trudeau flags.
Darlene says,
"Laura, I don't know what else to tell you. If you want to fly, you fly whatever flag you want. That's all I can tell you. You fly whatever you want. All you're doing is being asked. And if you can't see the greater good of it, we've lost. We've lost."
Darlene said, "Some people have thick skulls. They don't listen." Patricia said, "Love you both, and don't let naysayers get you down." Debbie said, I have family that believe the way that they do their Democrats, my own mom and dad, but I'm the opposite. But we still love one another. We try not to bring it up, but we can try to understand each other."
At this point, you want to know what my personal... Stop. Don't squeeze my leg, because I'm going to tell you. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to tell you what my beliefs are. I don't think anybody should be flying any political flags. And I said it once and I'll say it again. We should be decades. Look who's invested heavily in pharma, in these pharmaceutical companies that are shoving these mandates down our throat, that are putting these shots into our children, or trying to put it in these newborns. Who's invested in this? Both sides of the aisle.
Liddell said, "My granddaughter's dad told me tonight that he received a message from her school that the vax will be available next week for her school. Virginia, he said, oh, hell no."
Alex Beatty says, "Are people really going to let this country die over a flag? The only flag I'm willing to die over is our American flag." Elizabeth Hicks says, "It's an American flag. It's the only flag that unites all of us. The convoy did ask. Out of respect for the whole convoy, work together. It's our flag."
Kathy says, "I miss whatever it is about the Cowboys. What does that mean? When everybody talks about it." Oh, it was a joke from the other night when we were all laughing.
Rapunzel says, "That's right," at Laura Ruiz. "Not one made it a big deal about after Trudeau flags."
Helen said, "Stand united for one goal, freedom, freedom, freedom." Oh, TT let it go. Ooh, stinky. Rod said, "I read today that 21 states have a lawsuit against the Biden administration for travel mandates." I hadn't heard that.
Cecil says, "Beautiful truck, America Truckers." Nav 0407 says, "Government overreach is the root problem." And that's exactly what the problem is. And we want to argue over political flags. The only flag I'll ever argue with you over is the American flag. You're not going to change my mind on that.
Merrick said, the biggest thing we can do for us truckers is making a stand at a state level. Just got to fight for what's right. Lori asked, who does the third dog belong to? She's our dog, but she is too old to be getting up and in and out of the truck. She has arthritis, and it really hurts her after a while. So she stays home with Papa, and she has kind of become Papa's puppy. And to say that he spoils her is an understatement, because he'll make supper, breakfast, lunch, or supper, and he makes her a plate of food too.
Eric Mohammed says, love and peace to the G's. You are doing a great job encouraging and informing the people. Fertile land must be occasionally tilled to expose the buried weeds. Continue to roll and plant more seeds. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Kelly said, Mrs. G, what are you wearing? I love you both. I'm wearing my bunny ears. Lori Jones said, some people just don't get it. Same here in Canada.
Giant Brian Seller says, Mr. and Mrs. G, just be careful with the trolls. They will jack. This is they will Jake. I think it means jack the pages up. They start reporting y'all.
Okay, this is a name, and I've pronounced it before, but I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing correctly.
Hamza.
Hamza said, can you pronounce my name, please? Hamza. I hope I said it correctly.
I don't know if I said it correctly or not. Me Popcorn says, you know because of the comment about just flying a certain flag because of the media, you know what's happening. The media is starting to control your convoy. Brian and Mike, the media rules you. Is that it? I think I pretty much
summed it
all up on what my thoughts on it were. I mean, we can keep going, but we're going in circles because you're not going to change my mind. And if you don't agree with me, then I'm not going to change your mind. So we'll have to agree to.
Rolinda said, TT heard you say, let it go, let it go. Yeah, a little stink butt.
Pam says, all they see is someone taking their right to free speech. It's not. And I understand that. I totally get that. Because we're tired. We're all tired of censorship.
Everyone is frustrated. Let's not get frustrated and aggravated at each other.
No, I totally get their frustration.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They should be able to fly whatever they want. And you're still free to fly whatever you want. You're being asked to. And like I said, there's a difference. And there's a greater good, a greater reason than trying to censor you. It's about uniting us as a country. Because we need everybody to come together. I'm sure we can all agree we don't want 12-year-olds making decisions on what shot they're going to get or whether they can take a shot without a parental consent. I'm sure we can all agree that we're being screwed.
Dharma said,
to be honest with you, and we probably ain't all going to agree on that. Well, we can all agree that our freedom, and the people that can agree that freedom has been taken away from years, they're probably just too young to know what freedom has been taken away. Because they've been indoctrinated already.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm about to stick a sock in your mouth for 5 seconds. Dharma said, I'm 80 years old, we have been here so long, we have watched them take down monuments. See the connection.
Yeah, we've spoke about that. We have to learn from our history. We can't take history down because we don't agree with it. We have to learn from that history. And how are we going to learn from history? Because history's destined to repeat itself. And if we can't learn from that history, how can we keep from making the same mistakes over again? And Anne-Marie says, while participating in the People's Convoy, you are agreeing to fly only country and state flags. Is that a request? It is. They are asking you to fly nonpartisan flags. Nonpartisan.
Linda said, I never heard of those pancakes your daughter makes. How do you make them? That's a good question. I think she found the recipe and just kind of did her own little twist on it. But he loves those cinnamon pancakes.
Lana says, what my fear is that people that are staying behind will get involved into some bad stuff. I could be wrong, but my husband, who was 3 honorable discharges, said he finally said something about JJ NVM. That's why the People's Convoy is heading to California. Anybody that isn't remaining under the People's Convoy. Are they there for the same reasons as we are? Yes, we're all there for the same reasons. Mm-hmm. We're united under that. But the ones that remain there, are they going to still abide by the same what's the word I'm looking for? Tactics as we are, being peaceful and all that. I don't know.
Don't know that.
That's why the People's Convoy is separate from anybody that stays there. But we're still together in unity on the same fight. Does that explain it pretty well? Or
Jana said, people don't realize how lucky they are living in the USA. A little request is causing these problems. Just be a team player and fight for the cause.
Miami Girl says, I get the political flags, but they even mention no military flags. And that left me with a bad taste. Yeah, I didn't hear that part. And
I didn't hear them say not military.
And if I was there, I would have said something about it, because I'm wholeheartedly for the military, and the military is what fought and died for a country. And I'm here to tell you, and I don't care what they say, fly your military flags.
Wendy said she needs some Cosequin for her old bones. Made my old guy feel much better and be more active. I've never heard of that, so that's something I'll have to look into for Lila. Thank you so much, Wendy.
Trey Dixon says we've got to put aside politics and realize that we're more alike than the establishment wants us to know. This is more important than political statements. Amen.
Leah said, good night, G's. Love you guys. God bless. Good night, Leah.
You got to understand who was up on stage tonight. It was Marcus and it was Tyler, right? Marcus isn't usually used to being up on stage, and he gets nervous when he's up on stage, and I get nervous too. So, so when he's being hit with all these questions from people and people going at him, he freezes up a little bit. Marcus don't like being up on stage, and I don't blame him.
No.
So when he's telling people not to fly partisan flags, and people are asking about this and that, he's just scrambling like a deer in the headlights. You know what I mean?
Amanda said, TT made my Boston Terrier cut gas, LOL. Stinky puppies. Oh, goodness gracious. Pete said, what do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Sophisticated. Judy said, how's that cowboy doing on his horsefly, LOL?
Ohio RN said, I heard no military flags on First Responders Channel. And he might have said that, just like I said, just scrambling to try to kick people's off his back about the partisan flags, just out of being nervous. I will talk to Marcus tomorrow, if not tonight. But I'm here to tell you, you fly your military flags. People fought and died for this country for a reason.
Daryl Martin in the house said, hillbillies for government. Hey, Daryl, it's been a hot minute since I seen you, buddy. Sherry said, what I don't understand is California had enough votes to recall him, then reelect him. He is Nancy Pelosi's nephew. Don't know.
Pam says, you heard wrong. They didn't say no military flags. I didn't hear it personally.
That's what I'm saying, Lana. She said, are we after dark yet?
Rapunzel says, I could ask the same question of you. Oh, Admiral Henderson. I don't know what the question was.
Darlene said, both sides better stick together for the children and for the parental rights. We lose our rights, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Patty said, Canada started pulling over and citing people for flying their flags on their vehicles. I did not know that part either.
Well, that one couple got pulled over in New Mexico because they still had their flags on. And like New Mexico told them that convoys are legal in New Mexico. And they weren't even part of the convoy. They had left the convoy. They went back to work. It's just they had their flags on.
Still on their vehicle. Patricia said, you're a beautiful woman, Mrs. G, inside and out. Stand strong. Thank you so much.
Tamara Craft says, I think we should talk about something more fun. People are reinventing the wheel here. How many times are they going to make you say it? Smile a while says, my dog has plenty of gas to donate.
Oh my goodness, with the pup gas. Ugh. I always thought it was Mooch. I really did. I always thought it was Mooch. Now there's no excuse. No one should.
Hey, you all higher things. Very blessed. Thank you, Susan.
Linda said, have you heard of the movie called God Not Dead? Yes, we watched that movie. People need to see it. I heard about it. One thing they say in the movie is that they work for us. We watched that movie together.
Been a while.
It has been a while.
Sage 1978 says, nope, never was said by the two on the stage. A question was asked about military flags. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't attest to it one way or another. I just know Marcus personally. I know Tyler personally, and Tyler's a very good speaker. Marcus don't like to be up on stage. He'll be the first to tell you he don't care for it.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be up on stage. I'd be a nervous wreck. People asking all kinds of different directions from different parts of the crowd.
Coming at you with guns a-blazing.
Deborah said, are those pants off tonight?
I got shorts on.
We got shorts on. I can't live.
Here, pull them up more, honey. She can have a G-string on here in a second. She keeps pulling them things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Malibu says, need an info on attorney that was retained. Kelly Brady is in need of some assistance because of DC police. Yeah, you're going to have to go to the People's Convoy.org, and you're going to have to message them on that.
Lori said, thanks, Mrs. G, for reading the comments. You're
Laura
welcome,
says,
guys.
good evening to the two of my favorite people, the G's. And hello to the rest of the G family in here as well. Hope all is well.
Brenda said, can we go back to laughing and having fun? That's what I'm saying.
Loopy Dude said, great analogy of Marcus.
Poor guy. I feel for him.
Uncle Dude said, sophisticated.
Dorkfish.
Glenna says, we love you. Please stop. Crystal says, oh, she's replying to somebody. Wyoming Girl says, thank you, G. We have a United States Marine Corps flag. You fly it with pride. Fly that flag with pride.
Rosemary said, my dog takes CBD oil. He is 11 years old. He acts like a puppy again, no pain. He can't take arthritis medications. You know, that's another thing I haven't thought about.
Deborah 715 says to me, everyone that is here complaining wants to continue the division. Just fly your American flags and stay united. No need to make a huge deal out of this. It really isn't that big of a deal, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, you won't see a political flag on my truck. And the reason why you ain't going to see it is because I don't trust none of them. Don't trust none of them. When one of them stands up and shows that they're 100% for this country and they have nothing to gain, I might think twice about it.
Who's got a good joke for tonight? Libby said, my daughter is telling me to go to bed or get to bed.
Elizabeth Hicks.
I think we say it way past our kids' bedtime.
Yeah, they're having a conversation with each other, so I got lost there. Pamela K says, are you planning on going to California to join the convoy?
Yes,
I'm going to California to join the convoy. We're probably going to join them before they get to California. And
we'll know more tomorrow, guys.
We're going to California one way or another. Elizabeth says, I have to ask, did you speak with Jay today? I don't have Jay's number. He's got my number. If he wants to speak with me, he knows how to get a hold of me.
Lori Jones said, I'm glad my dog don't pass gas. She sleeps right beside me in bed. Oh, that would be awful. Marge said, I'm excited. I'm going to be great grandma for the 3rd time. Well, congratulations.
Awesome.
Babies are awesome.
Jolene says, are we no pants required?
No pants are required. Nope.
It's optional.
It's optional. It's G's After Dark. Pants are optional.
John Payne says, fly the military flags because they can't.
Debbie said, yeah, funny story. My husband made banana bread and later asked, how was the pumpkin bread? I said it was good, but it tastes like bananas.
And I'll take that back. I will. I have to put a disclaimer out there. The American flag ain't the only flag I'm flying. I'm flying the Canadian and American flag.
Yep. Jan said, can't fly the Canadian flag anymore in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Well, that's sad.
That is sad. Yeah.
And we have
I do have the Canada flag out there.
Yes,
on
it's
there, and
combination.
I'm not taking it down for anybody because they started this fire. And much love and respect to them.
Lori said, life is like toilet paper. You're either on a roll or taking poop from some
a-hole.
Thank you for the stars, Lori. Star salute.
Cecil says, well, hello, my name is... Well, that's her. Hello, my name is...
Sue said, Mrs. G, I sent an egg joke. What did the egg say to the spatula? You cracked me up, LOL.
Yeah, he's talking about another...
Patty said, thank you.
He's talking about another streamer. I don't like to talk about other streamers, to be honest with you.
Betty, thank you for the stars. Star salute. Tanya said, I hope you're getting to rest and relax a little at home. We are. G's been able to have, take naps. I took a nap yesterday with him. It's nice.
Your low rent says, I saw the video in question. There's obviously some comprehension issues with these folks complaining.
Cecilia said,
sorry. Hold on.
Whoops.
Can I speak?
No, you spoke too much tonight.
If there was a misunderstanding, maybe it was because the people up on stage didn't explain it well enough for everybody to get it. I'm not going to lay blame either way. It just needs to be clear to everybody. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, to make it clear. Scooter Cat says, trying to separate the convoy, have instigators in the crowd.
Patricia said, hey, geez, what do you call a dog with a cold? A German Shepherd.
That's kind of want to go. I'd like to actually talk about this for a second. Shooter Cat says, trying to separate the convoy, have instigators in the crowd. And that's exactly what's going on. There's people that's been there to infiltrate from within. We've seen it for a few weeks while we were there. These people come in, they're acting like they're all for the same thing we're for, but they're planted there to create the division and put the little bugs in people's ears and just create further division is what their jobs are. And with some people, they're pretty successful. With me, they're not going to be successful. I don't think like others. I think like myself. I'm a free thinker, and I expect and I hope others will be free thinkers.
Patricia said, G, you need to sell G underwear. LOL.
G-strings.
Zachariah said,
I thought about it.
We did. We pondered it.
Just because I like a set to put in Mrs. G's drawer. She don't have to wear them. Just a memento. Maybe you could wear them.
Zachariah said, why did the squirrel cross the road? Because he wanted to be squirrel stew. Aw, poor squirrel.
Smilewell says, why don't cannibals eat clowns? Because they taste funny. Ohio RN says, I agree with what I'm saying about clowns tasting funny.
Well, hello.
Cecil says, I live in New Mexico, and we never heard anything about that. Yeah, it was an article that was written up, and it was from the couple that did it. I wasn't there, and usually you ain't going to hear stuff like that.
Mike said, hello, geez, you missing Zach's seafood yet? Oh, yes.
They didn't get cited. They got detained in New Mexico, so without them being cited, you're probably not going to hear nothing. There's not going to be much on it. They were detained, and they were detained for quite a while.
Yes, Mike, we were missing Zach's. He spoiled us. He has ruined us.
Keto Carlos says, fly those pants high, Patriots.
We need to fly some britches on the back of the truck. Michelle said, my 7-month-old granddaughter enjoyed watching the G's today. Aw, how sweet.
Casey says, no far right-wing flags, no FJB flags, or Trump flags. Just no political flags is all they're asking.
Kelly said, well, G and Mrs. G, I'm heading to bed, but I enjoyed listening to you guys. So glad you're family and great friends. Thanks for everything. Night. Love you. Love you. See you tomorrow. Good night, Kelly. Get you some rest, hon.
Glenn Orion says, making excuses for the guys on stage. Watch and try distance themselves. If California is so important, wouldn't head to North Carolina first. I'm in California. So, Glenna, do you not agree with us coming to California? Do you want help in California? Do you not want help in California? I'm trying to find out where your loyalties lie with the country or with a certain agenda. Let me know where your loyalties lie. This country or certain agendas. I mean, if you're just frustrated because you want the convoy there to help out and you want to get them there quick, you got to understand they're going to North Carolina and taking that super southern route and not taking the exact same route back because they're trying to garner more people. You're trying to gather more people, trying to gather as much strength as we can because we have strength in numbers.
Aline said, wish it was warm enough in Michigan to wear shorts like you guys, LOL. Elizabeth said, what do horses say when they fall? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
Cecil said, good movie. Trish says, hey y'all, I'm in Arkansas. You're not supposed to hang anything from the rear view mirror. Please pass that message on. I don't have a rear view mirror in my truck.
Darling said, I'm down, in need of laughter, please. Or somebody gonna want me to go see Pharma. Lori said, I can never remember jokes. Me neither.
I don't know why Popcorn got timed out by Wendy for 300 seconds. I didn't read Popcorn's deal.
I don't know.
You're very, how you doing? Crystal said that would be 1/3 of the complaints in division if people turned off a certain streamer. That's what it sounds. That's what it sounds like.
Nikki said 99 beers on the wall. Brenda said someone said G-string. LOL. Yeah, G said G-string. we actually talked about it like a week or so back.
G, what was the latest bill you were talking about? It was 223. What was that? I've got it right here. Hold on. AB 2223, 2,223, and it says that they can basically kill a child 7 days after birth. After birth. Let me just stress that again. After birth. Is that not appalling?
John said, I still need to get a shower tonight before I head out in the morning. Well, you better get to it.
Break of Dawn says they both spoke really well. Yeah, they did. Like I said, Marcus just gets a little nervous if people come at him with guns ablazing. He's usually not ready for that. He has his talking points, and he's just trying to get through his talking points because he really don't want to be up there, and I don't blame him.
Libby said, I was up so late last night, dragged butt in my classroom today. Kids were like, Mrs. Zun, how do you say her last name? Zun Pancake? I'm sorry.
Zupancic?
You look tired. I think we kept up Libby way too late last night. Sorry about that.
And I probably butchered it. I wish they had a humanitarian party. I'm right there with you, Christy. I'm right there with you. The thing is that we do have independent parties, but they don't have the funds and the super PACs that the other two political parties have. So some of the independents never even get looked at. Some people that are just for the country.
Henrietta said, okay, best laugh today for me was trying to explain what a lot lizard is to my best high school girlfriend. She's so sheltered, LOL. The look on her face must have been priceless. And I'm sure you were giggling in between telling it. Pamela said, some laughter, please.
Tennessee 116 says, remember, trolls are welcomed.
Yes.
Larry Siebens says, at Trucker G, I wore a G-string once for my then girlfriend. She lost some vision and still has not regained her sight fully. I don't know if I want to thank you or say, oh my Lord, please get the vision out of my head.
Disclaimer, G-strings are for women. That was funny.
Are they? Are you saying that men can't have a choice? I say it's your choice. Just make sure you wear your pants up high so I don't know.
Not if you're causing someone to go blind.
Just don't sag them pants, please. And don't be a plumber.
Nicole said, Velcro, what a ripoff.
Cecil says, I traveled all over the country in my past job. I learned to flash my lights and give a flasher thanks.
Good night, Libby. She said, perfectly pronounced, Mr. G. See you tomorrow.
Scott Thompson says, how does the moon cut its hair? Eclipse it.
Tracy said, G's bra, please, please. You want a G cup? Debbie said, here's a joke. I cannot believe I just got fired from the calendar factory. All I did was take one day off. Alabama.
Sugar Fairy says, I heard 30 days. Ohio RN says that's murder. And you're exactly right. Linda says, I watched a video on the Convoy site today. It was heartwarming to see the spirit and hope of all the people.
Debbie said, joke. What kind of tea is hard to swallow? reality.
Tracy Easley's comment got hidden by YouTube. It says, please G-strings for ladies and sexy G's underwear for men.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know why they hid that.
Some boxer brief.
That's why we fixed it. We're showing it.
Dunetta said, TMI on the G-strings, LMAO.
Iowa Nana says, thanks. Christopher Butler says, facts.
Beth said...
Denise Allison says, oh my God, no. Save the babies.
Oh.
You thought she was talking about the joke, the G-strings, didn't you?
Yes,
You're
did.
right, Denise.
Beth said, LOL on the plumber or mechanic, LOL.
That was AB2223.
Jennifer said, we all laughed on that one. Thanks.
Christy Eaton says, I care provider. The stuff I see is terrible at times.
Melinda said, LOL, men wear banana hammocks. That's what I was thinking.
Cecil says, hey, Mr. G, can we talk road for a while? Oh, can we talk road for a while? Sorry, Cecil, I didn't understand, buddy. Do you understand, honey?
No.
Joey says, Marcus is better on the phone than in person. He's good when a pen as well. He's good with a pen as well.
Mindy said, LOL, my husband's a plumber. I agree. Absolutely no G-strings. Dennis said, did you hear about the red ship and the blue ship that collided? Both crews were marooned.
Heather Young says, tried that mess in Virginia, the after-birth mess. We were all happy to see him go.
Cindy said, women wear G-strings, men wear banana slings. So I'm told. LOL. So I'm told, she says.
Huh. Joey says, sorry about the caps. Tracy says, geez, bras too.
Nicole said, nothing tops a plain pizza.
Cecil says, can you explain what it is to be a driver? Yeah, that's usually what we talk about all the time on this page, and it's going to get back to that. Just at sometimes in our life, we have to find things that are more important to us. And my page was started just for drivers to talk about nothing but driving and talk about this industry, because that's what I know is the industry I love. But yeah, we're welcome to talk about it. You want to holler, talk trucking with me? Shoot me your number. Hell, we could talk trucking.
Carol said, what kind of shoes do ninjas wear? Sneakers.
Jillian says, decisions. Hot pink G-string or pantaloons?
Maureen said, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Oh, Tracy said, no edible G-strings unless good flavored, LOL.
Alderolf, we're just going to start calling you Florida because that's what it is, Florida backwards. And I can't say it. Kudos to you guys. Reading some of the ridiculous comments would drive me nuts.
Angela said, do people still flash their lights at you to let you know safe to get over? I was taught that 40 years ago.
Tara, I'm not going to read that one.
Oh gosh, I got to read it.
And YouTube hid it. I didn't hide it. We're going to leave it hidden, Tara.
Oh my gosh. You have to spell that with a K next time.
Yes.
Spell it with a K.
Smilewell says, joke. Two fish are sitting in a tank. One looks over at the other and says, hey, do you know how to drive this thing?
Ashley said, I'm not making any panties with G's face on them. Can you imagine how weird the long beard would look at the bottom?
It'd be like a 1970s commercial. 1970s panties commercial.
Oh my goodness. That's awful.
It'd be like the Victoria's Secret catalog from the 1970s.
Lana said, my underwear started to feel like a G-string been pulling it out of my butt since I sat down. LOL.
Jim Thurkill says, Mr. G, you going to get a haircut before you go back on the road? Mrs. G can barely recognize him. Yeah, I need a shave.
He does. Nicole said, why did the man fall down the well? Because he didn't see that well.
Christopher Butler says, love this. Cool. Jeff says, yes, we need you all in California. Don't listen to those stating they don't want you in California. There are those against our rights, etc.
Paulette said, let's talk commando. It's definitely not G-rated tonight.
You don't want to suck a trucker down a rabbit hole.
No.
That's for darn sure. Cecil says truckers are hilarious. Trucker are hilarious. Tennessee 1-6 is laughing. Joey Hayden says like, share, sub. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate you, buddy. I'm a horrible. What do they call them? YouTubers. Is that what they call them?
YouTubers.
I'm horrible at this, guys. Because
I call them YouTubers.
You watch all the videos and like, share, sub. Don't forget to follow us.
Kenny said, Mr. G, you need to try on a G-string on one of the lives.
Wait a minute. I think that truck driver lady said, I'm here just for notoriety and fame, is what she said. But I'm horrible.
Oh, goodness.
Chrissy says, so peaceful seeing y'all tonight after knowing the stress going on back at camp. I seen the sense of stress in Marcus tonight. It's like he knows the ones left will go the wrong direction. That's what I'm afraid of. I hope not. I pray they keep the fight and keep the fight going in the right direction. But we can't be responsible for others' actions.
Carol said, the car looks nice, but the muffler seems exhausted. Jackie said, TT man shorts made for gas.
Larry is laughing. Travel Junkie says, can't wait to see the convoy come through Tucson. You guys rock.
Margot said, commando saves money.
Pam says, oh, geez, that picture's in my head. I'm way behind. Wyoming Girl says, as a woman, I say you want to wear dental floss, go for it. Who, me? That might be a visual you don't want.
Jennifer said, how about a Speedo thing for Mr. G? Kind of looks like a tank top Speedo thong in one.
That would be uncomfortable. I'd rather do the commando thing.
Never mind.
And I can't stand that either. Anthony Gabby says, my hospital told me that they were short-staffed. I then told them to hire taller people. And that's everywhere. We went to the Chinese buffet to go have lunch today.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got the buffet shut down, and they're just doing orders to go, takeout, because they can't get nobody to work. And it's like that across the country.
Amanda said, cowboys and panties, LOL.
Laura Lee says, well, what's worse is trying to explain to your 13-year-old son what a lot lizard is. That's horrible. And then him saying afterward, I wish I never asked. Because he didn't want to hear the answer from mom.
No, that's what it was. Our son would have been like, Mother, that's enough. Stop.
He learned to stop asking mom questions and come to dad.
Me and Jill talk about something, and our oldest daughter has not learned. The younger daughter and our son have learned, don't ask what they're talking about, because you don't want to know. Don't ask.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to keep your mouth shut. She's trying to play. She's biting me.
She said, Dad, I love you. I love you, Dad. I love you.
Navo 407 says, Lord help a Canada goose of its desecrates one of the precious Parliament Hill statues, wondering if Canadian geese can be charged with criminal mischief.
Kat said, told my late husband, try a silk G. You might like it. Well, he liked them.
Mitchell Lance says, you travel through many reservations. Remember the Navajo Nation, or do you want to disrespect more? Take that flag BS away now.
Brenda said, my husband told me he would buy me some edible panties, but I would eat the before he got to it. LOL. Eat them.
Chrissy says, totally need these laughs tonight.
Becky said, y'all are a mess. We are.
Wendy
We're
Z
train
says,
wreck.
what did the 0 say
But
to
you
the 8?
can't look away.
What did the 0 say to the 8?
I don't know.
Nice belt. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Shirley said I was taught that
And it might just be me. Somebody fill me in, please. Because most of the time it is me.
Shirley said I was taught that too, because 2 of my 5 brothers were truckers.
Stinky Pinky says all plumbers need crack spackle.
Gretchen said the old Nair commercials. We wear short shorts.
Yeah.
Well, who is it, Tyler or Josh, that we were singing that song to?
I think it was Josh. Stinky Pinky says all plumbers need. Oh, I read that one. Bam Bam says no pants. Moon 'em.
Nicole said, I asked my dad to meet me at the gym. He didn't show up. That's when I knew he wouldn't work out.
Sugar Fairy, no, I didn't hear the speech. Cecil says, amen. Cecil says, I am a plumber. So please tell me you don't wear G-string, Cecil.
Andrea said, oh, Ashley, I really didn't need that view.
Thomas says, living with my parents, food and stuff magically appeared in our house. Now on my own, I realize I rely on truckers to bring the stuff. Yeah, I've got a self-cleaning truck, too.
Yes, the self-cleaning truck that takes days to get cleaned and repacked.
But I understand what you're talking about, Thomas.
Angie,
a lot of people really do believe that food just magically appears in the grocery store.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they believe that. Angie said you'd have to include a bottle of Nair with each purchase of those. LOL.
Denise Allison says, wish you guys were coming through Missouri, but I understand the route purpose and support it. I'm in Missouri right now.
Carol said, joke. What is a trucker's favorite kind of house? The one with long hallways.
And hall spelled H-A-U-L.
H-A-U-L.
That's what I said. They might not see that comment because you're reading from Facebook and YouTube might not have understood it.
Well, excuse me. Bob said, unwinding with the G's. Thank you. We're so busy in our California convoy groups. Excuse me.
Behind the Mirror says, I would never troll you because I agree with most of the things you express. Well, thank you.
Patty said, what do that for truckers that need to get over? I love when they thank you back with their lights. Gotcha. Yeah. That's something that not a whole lot of people do anymore.
What's that?
Flash the lights so that you know it's safe
to
get over.
Please
or
don't
blink,
do it.
blink.
Please don't do the high beams at night. That's the worst thing. And I understand people are usually trying to be nice.
Yeah.
But the high beams at night, it's like a camera flash in your eyes that actually blinds you for a minute.
But then also, after they let someone over, that person blinks them back to let them know thank you.
Thank you. Polly says, I'm off to bed. Lord, watch over every single one of you and give them eyes to see and ears to hear. Protect your children and draw the unbelievers to their knees. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
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 Jennifer
Denise says, crack sparkle. I think she meant crack spackle. She's laughing. That was funny.
Jennifer said they were elephant trunks, ears with long.
I don't get it.
The G strings.
Oh, I got lost.
William said, why did the squirrel run up the tree? To get down the other side to get his nuts.
Denise Allison says, dumb bone. She must be doing speech to text. It don't work for me either, girl. So that's funny. It's nice to know I'm not alone.
He gets so frustrated,
Oh,
too.
man, I cannot use speech to text for nothing. It does not understand me. It don't speak hillbilly. And I wish they would have one that speaks hillbilly.
But the funny part is, our brother-in-law,
he's from Mexico. He's got
thick accent.
Yeah.
And it understands when he does speech.
Yeah, it gets him just fine.
Every word. Aggravates the heck out of Gene.
Will Work for Donuts 247 says, sending my love and respect to you both. I'm a guitar player, and my favorite string on a guitar is the G string. Love the G chord.
Sandy said, I can always rely on the G's to make us laugh after dark. We love you guys. You guys
Larry
are
Stevens
amazing.
said it wasn't banana. It was more of a carrot.
Elaine
Scott Thompson said, guitars for sale, no strings attached.
Elaine said, underwear with Mr. G's beard on them would look like Chewbacca panties.
Well, we can sell them as the Star Wars edition.
The Star Wars edition.
Elizabeth Hicks says, I'm crying now for the convoy reputation. Things are bad, and I fear the name of using people in the name of freedom. When the truckers leave tomorrow, I'm going south. I'm so upset for real.
Vicky said, Commando, that's military, right? LOL.
Denise Allison says, behind the mirror, I was just mentioning you.
Oh. Beth said G-rated has new meaning.
Tennessee 116 says, like Union Coffee and cake breaks.
Colleen said a beard binder.
I think I got way behind you because I'm a little lost. Mary Thompson says, hi everyone in G-Town.
Hey.
Alex Bailey says G hats. Ashley was working on that.
Yeah,
she's having trouble with.
We've got to try to figure out how to get the logo not to look all crazy. Tim said, "Truth or dare." Oh no.
Smile a while says, "Where do you find a cow with no legs?" Right where you left it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the ground beef one again. Nancy said, "What is 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and makes everyone crazy? $100 bill, LOL."
Cooling Fin says, "I'd give my right arm to be ambidextrous." Excuse me.
Britt said, "OMG, there was a 911 call for an open burn at the Speedway. Get this from a caller in Missouri." Yeah.
We mentioned that earlier.
She said, "Are you guys making prank calls?"
You got me. I'm not ratting nobody out.
Oh, okay. Kimmy
says, "What do you call a deer with no eyes?" I have no idea.
Kimmy said, Why does a chicken coop have only 2 doors? If it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. Emily said, I love the G-rated
Denise
after
Allison
dark
says,
time.
Read it. She's got 2 exclamation points. I did read it. I'm just slow, girl.
It.
I'm just slow. I hadn't got to it yet.
That's funny. I like when they put on there, read it, and they put the flashing lights.
Jeff F says, a hooker says $50 and I'll do anything you want. Me? I said, how good are you at siphoning gas?
Kim said,
I had to, as soon as I seen hooker, let me read the rest of this before I get to the punchline.
Kim said, geez, I so needed your help. How can I send you a message? You can send a message to the Trucker G page or the Mrs. G page as well, Kim.
Cecil says, what do you call a dog with no legs? It doesn't matter. He's not coming anyway.
Valerie said, wonder what other truckers would think of us. They think we're nuts. So we'll fit right in. Dave said, hi, Trucker G. Love you all from Tennessee. Love y'all too. Ron said, I got my nightgown on. I got my pretty red pants. Ron.
Oh, Ron there, he's an old school trucker because that came out of Tulsa, Oklahoma back in the day. A guy, I mean, he had a base station, and that's all you heard coming out of around Tulsa, the Tulsa area for 100 miles. I got my nightgown on, I got my pretty red panties on, and I'm ready to go to bed. And he would just blast that over and over and over again. And his radio was so powerful, you wasn't really getting out of it. He'd walk on everybody. So that just tells me how old Ron is. He just dated himself.
Janelle said, you guys are crazy. Tim's laughing.
Bam Bam, that's funny, but I'm not going to read that.
I got to read it. Oh, goodness. Leela said, because in Chi-Town, don't do it. Heard a signal with lights is G's rated. Wish husband and I could. Oh, why won't it let me see the rest of that? I don't know why it does that.
No, it's not.
It won't let me see the rest of your comment, hon.
Yes, Billy, correct. They maybe should have honked around Maryland Capitol before leaving for Cali. Bam Bam RV says bad visual. Guys, there's a lot of people that believe we should have done this or should have done that or should have done this and should have done that we've read. But you got to understand, They're truck drivers. We're all truck drivers that have started this. We're just doing the best we can. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the right answers. We're just doing the best we can. And if you feel that something should have been done, heck, organize in Maryland and don't worry about the truckers that are leaving. Organize in Maryland and go to that state capitol.
Tim said, I thought maybe G would be up for DARE, LOL.
Ohio RN says LOL at Mr. G's face on 70s panties.
Betsy said, $100 bill in G-strings.
Nicole says, these jokes are hilarious. David says, you two are real patriot Americans. Love you guys. We love you guys. Deborah says, praying for all that can come north route I-80 on your way back. Just asking. Yeah, I'm not sure what the route was going to be coming back into D.C. I'd say if we took the middle route coming to D.C., we took the southern route going back to California. I really think, and I'm probably 95% correct, they were going to take that 80 across to come back, but don't mark my words on it yet.
We'll have to wait and see, guys.
That's still time away.
Wanda said, thanks for the laughs. It's so good to laugh. It is. Laughter is the best
Cecil
medicine.
says, Holy Spirit. Linda says, WYSIWYG took us on a great barber the other day.
Cool. Barbara said, the G's are better than any TV show. Thank you.
Hello, my name is, says, I love how the two of you finish each other's sentences. It shows the special bond you have for one another. Sometimes I have to ask Mrs. G what I'm thinking.
What's that word I'm looking for?
What is it? No, that ain't it.
Cammie said, did you hear about the movie Constipation? It never came out.
Zillian says, TT thinks it's funny too.
Kathy said, oh, the G's. Figures I'd find you when I'm ready for bed. Oh, Kathy, get you some rest, Dad.
0407 says, with the advent of daytime running lights, it's difficult to flashing lights on most vehicles. Yeah, and it is. In the daytime, you hit them high beams at a driver if you want to do it. I'd much prefer you don't flash anything if it's nighttime, because really, I don't trust people flashing me over. Even though it's appreciated, I have seen some people hit the lights way too soon, and I'm not comfortable.
You're not comfortable with people flashing you?
Yeah, well, not. Sometimes it's welcomed. We'll just put it that way. Go home. Go home.
You go home.
My truck's in the shop. Jim Thurkle says, you need a shirt with a G-string for your groupie saying, proud member and wearing it proudly. Cecil says, yep. GOB says, smash that like button. Thank you, GOB.
Thank you. Tim said, Pete and Repeat were on a ship. Pete fell off. Who was left? Isn't it Repeat?
Yeah.
Jamie said, because he didn't want to wake the sleeping pills. Oh.
I'm way behind because Cecil's saying YouTubers, yep.
Jamie said, why did the silly Billy tiptoe past the medicine cabinet?
Okay.
And I lost it.
Now I'm never going to know.
Oh, I just had it.
Oh, my Lord, woman.
Oh, hush it. Because he didn't want to wake the sleeping pills.
I forgot the joke now.
Why did these... Go sleep.
You earned it. Jeff F says, gas prices are so high that even COVID stopped traveling. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
Oh my goodness.
Dan Crispin says, hey G, my dad's name's Gerald. Veteran. We laid him to rest a year ago at 82. So that's a long, full life. I can only pray that I reach 82, but we appreciate his service. And
very much.
We pray for your family.
Nikki said, how would you like us to flash you over?
Who was it?
I'm not sure if she's really asking. She said, how would you like us to flash you over?
I'm not opposed.
Valerie said, my Jeep is red. You can see me.
Nav0407 says, love the G's after dark. Love God, love freedom. Mrs. G, you look so cute in that hat. Love it.
Thank you. Michael said, what's 4 inches long and 2 inches wide that drives women crazy? An empty roll of toilet paper.
Yeah. Trucker Girl
it's a pet
79
peeve.
says, I agree about the lights. Yeah, you feel the pain. Tennessee 116 says, ha ha ha, at flashing. Larry Sieben says, wait, no flashing? LOL.
Flash at your discretion.
It depends on who's doing the flashing, okay?
It depends on what you're flashing.
Ohio RN says, hit him back, Mrs. G. Don't be getting me hit.
Nicole says, always borrow money from a pessimist. He won't expect it back.
Jim Thurkill says, Mr. and Mrs. G, ride your Harley to California. Don't tempt me with a good time, buddy.
We can't do that. We have the pups.
The Harley's hard to sleep on.
Yeah.
And TT, I don't think she's going to fit in the saddlebags anymore.
And Mooch, he would probably try to jump off and run beside us.
Laura says, love you guys so much. It feels like you are family. I'm laughing, but I need to go to bed now. God bless.
Good night, then. Jackie said, Big G, keep on rolling. Proud Mary, keep on scrolling.
Bam Bib says, remember the 60s when the 2-finger peace sign was the same as flashlights? I'm not that old, Bam Bib.
Kathy said, well,
I'm old, but I ain't that old.
I'm like getting on. What is y'all's plans? Going to California to join up with the People's Convoy? Or People's Freedom Convoy?
We're going to California, yes.
Yes.
Sugar Fairy says, Sugar G, I understand what you're saying. I do kind of wish someone had been flashing the vehicles in the 81 pileup, though. That pileup, I heard that was caused by, what was it? Freezing fog, and they couldn't see. So you really ain't going to be able to see the lights from...
Was it freezing fog? No.
What was it? Snowstorm or something?
It was a squall.
Yeah.
And they said it just came on really, really fast. It was like a whiteout.
What would have saved the people in that pileup, at least the trucks could have stopped it, is if there were CBs and they warned somebody. It might have been just a few vehicles, and one trucker just has to tell another one back in the back, hey guys, slow down, we got an accident. Or, a trucker on the other side of the road and say, hey, back her down. And a truck driver can
help gauge
they can back traffic down.
Yes. Vonna said, gosh, you guys are on a roll tonight.
Christy says, I got my bunny ears on its way.
Betsy said, I'm laughing so hard and you are hysterical. Hey, Betsy.
Mary Thompson said, why did Carpenter Ben sneeze? No one would give Ben a drill.
Oh, sorry, Nikki.
No one would give Ben a drill.
Nikki wants to know, how would you like us to flash you over at night? If you don't want the high beams to be flashed at night.
My mind was over here when it should have been here.
Sorry about that, Nikki.
You could hit your flashers real quick, or you could actually go left turn signal, right turn signal. It's something out of the ordinary. But just don't high beam. Or don't flash at all.
Virgin said, you guys are the best. You make me laugh. I'm glad we can make y'all smile. Jean said, my dog is snoring now. Stereo. Elizabeth says, what do a G-string and a barbed wire fence have in common? They both run along the property line without distracting from the view.
Fiddle and Mandriff. I'm not going to get into politics, buddy.
Tim says, LOL, I don't see Mrs. G blushing at any time.
What TF says, at Trucker G and Mrs. G, I got after it early again today. Got to get some Z's. Love y'all.
Good night.
Yeah, you get some rest. Cat said raid from GWT 333. Room raid, GWT 333.
Excuse me.
Luna Shine Sparkles, we are here to bomb you.
Got it, Emily.
73 and Jersey Dolphins says raid. And GW333 sent me. Core aren't. Why does the elephant always has its trunk packed all the time? The elephant is always on the move.
Lucky said, how did the frog burn its tongue? It tried to eat the firefly.
Thank you, Jersey Dolphin. Thank you, Healing Frequencies Music. LB.
Elizabeth said, what do you call a 26-mile long G-string? A marathon.
A marathon.
Jackie said, double D's. That's how.
It looks like GWT 333 is right in the room. Thank you, GWT 333.
Barbara said, get a sidecar for the pups, LOL. I wouldn't trust them in a sidecar.
Stinky Pinky said, with that beard, the G-string should be called Puffin' Stuff. Thank you, Sugar, for just hello, Raiders. I mean, if I could sit there and go through every one of them.
Andrea said, okay, so times may have changed since I grew up in the truck with Dad and me trucking about the flashing lights. Dating myself, I remember being around 10 in the farm semi. He was not long hauling, and then I started driving long haul. Sorry.
Okay, so times may have changed since I grew up.
Oh, about flashing.
Oh, no, you should flash the lights. It's just at night when you flash the high beams and I'm looking out of my right-hand mirror or my left-hand mirror and you flash some high beams, it's like being in a dark, dark room and somebody taking a picture of you with the flash on. It gives you a momentary blindness. That's all I'm asking. Heck, I encourage you to flash your lights as far as turn them off and turn them back on or something like that. Just don't blind me at night, especially at a real dark highway at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when it's been dark for so long and you're not ready for it.
Your eyes are not adjusted for it. Valerie said it could be it could get really crowded on the bike with everyone riding with us. Cynthia said,
being rated by GWT 333.
Cynthia said, love the jokes. We need laughter in these times to keep our spirits up. And we do.
The Iggy, I don't know what that is. Joe says, we need 600,000 watching every live streamer.
Like he said, snow squalls and icy/snowy roads. I guess you're talking about the pileup.
Yeah.
Kathy said was a whiteout that was 15 miles from my home. Oh goodness.
Yeah, with the whiteout, the flashing lights, you can't see it, and that's why there was the accident because you can't see.
That's why it's so important.
Another thing I wish cars would and trucks is when it's raining really hard, have them lights on because that overspray from my trailer tires, I can't see you. I cannot see you. Have your lights on, it's easier for me to see you.
Gretchen said, ugh, one of my dogs scudded me. That don't sound good, Gretchen. Jamie asked, where do we get the bunny ears? Everyone that I've talked to has said they've been getting theirs on Amazon. Doreen said, geez, when you was up at the Speedway, did you see Kelly Brady or Nancy Drew? Can't say that I remember seeing them. Annette said, you are always the best way to end my day. You two are, excuse me, you two are the best. You guys are the best. I love the jokes tonight, guys. The jokes are just funny.
Tennessee on one. Thanks, GWT 333. If I go through all of them, I mean, we'll be here for the next 20 minutes going through all of them. Thank you, guys.
Sherry said, you guys are such a beautiful couple. I love hearing your laughter. Well, thank you.
Update from that wreck from PSP, 6 fatalities and 80 vehicles.
That's so sad.
And it don't need to happen.
No, that's why it's so important that the trucks are, the drivers keep CBs running in their trucks to help avoid this. Tim said, well, night, you all. Thanks for the laughs. Love you guys. Love you too, Tim. You get you some rest. Margot said, I like turning headlights off and back on. Ivy said, why are teddy bears never hungry? Because they're always stuffed. That's cute.
Ravy says, when I was young, I was told if you can't see the truck's mirrors, the trucker can't see you. Don't follow. That's right. And that's correct. Don't follow too close.
Oh, this chair's getting hard on my tush.
BCLS says, we've blasted you with love. Love the G's. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. And tell Tom that thank you.
That we appreciate it.
Truck and Girl says, True Ravy. Wild Willie says, hey, Mr. and Mrs. G. Trucker G.
Bob said, see you all in California. Love you guys. Love y'all too. Ooh, it started to roll fast. Jamie said, love catching y'all before bed. 2. Way better than mainstream news. Good night, G family. Well, good night, hon.
Nicole Barella says, happy Palestinian Day. But of course, the media support the terrorist state of Ukraine.
Excuse me.
I just don't like to. I don't know nothing about world politics. I don't know nothing about foreign politics. So I love everybody.
Kathy said, Zach had prayers for the ones leaving tomorrow. Yes, I did hear that.
He said what?
That Zach had prayers. He opened up the back room for everyone to have prayer before everyone leaves out tomorrow. He did that this evening.
Zach he's a wonderful young man.
Yes, he is.
He wanted to say kid, but
he's not a kid.
He's not a kid. He is to me. I love the guy.
He's got a baby face and he's got a great head on his shoulders. Valerie said, thank you all. We are not spring chickens. I'm 69 and he's 71.
Anthony, that's correct. Drive according to conditions, not speed limits. And you're correct. P. Isaac says, this is Pete and Dylan here in Northern California. What UGs think about a large flag that says the People's Convoy? Have every American sign it and save it for history. That'd be cool if you wanted to do that.
Deborah said, Mrs. G, how does it feel to be a trendsetter with the bunny ears? I didn't really think I'd be Yeah, I just thought it was cool.
Hugh Stevenson says at Trucker G, imagine being a plow truck driver in Wyoming. Our snow doesn't have any moisture, so the plow just makes a blizzard behind them. Yeah. I tell you what, my hat goes off to the plow trucks. That's another dangerous job.
Very dangerous.
Not what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, I had it and I lost it.
They're not recognized enough.
Yes.
For the job they do to keep the roads clear.
It's very hazardous.
Wyoming kind of gets a little behind, but heck, it's kind of hard to stay on top of that snow that comes through there. It just blows across just as quick as they can clean it, so I understand. But you guys ain't recognized enough for the job you do. My hat's off to you. Just put it that way.
William said, we love you, Mr. and Mrs. G. Thank you for doing this. We appreciate everything, and God bless. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. We love y'all so much.
Larry says, when the heck do they take CBs out of trucks? Oh, yeah, technology will provide not.
Alicia said, why do ghosts like elevators? Lifts their spirits.
Yeah, they didn't take them out. They stopped putting them in, and some of these companies are actually... They prohibit the drivers from putting them in.
Yes, and a lot of new drivers coming into the industry are being told by their companies that they don't need a CB, or their instructors. Tara said, my son's favorite joke when he was little was, how do make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. I remember that one.
Vicky Bell says, okay, Trucker G, I have to ask, are you a KC Chiefs fan since you live in Missouri? Actually, don't watch football.
No. We used to watch football.
Yeah, and I was a 49ers fan when I was a kid, and
we'd watch football because G's mama loved Joe Montana.
Yeah, she did. BCLLC says background bulldog music. That's what it sounds like, huh?
She's beatboxing it down there.
Florida says, I watched, notice I got you now, Adderall. Florida, I watched live dash cam of the vehicle that became involved in the crash, and it showed that the vehicle traveling at a very high rate of speed, who had plenty of time to slow down. Yeah, it's 9 times out of 10 it's driver error, and I try not to get into trucking stuff right now, but there's a problem. There's a big problem in this industry and a lot of people like to blame it on the schools. Schools are there to get them. These kids these
new drivers.
I keep saying kids get these new drivers their CDL. That school is there to get them their CDL. That's because some pencil pusher in DC in the government wrote the test for this CDL. Now that school has to teach them how to pass that test. And oh my Lord, T. I used to tell my students, you're going to take about 75 to 80% of what I teach you, and you're going to throw it out the window as soon as you get your CDL, because I have to spend all my time teaching that person how to pass this test instead of teaching them how to be a real truck driver. So what I rely on and what everybody's relying on, this whole nation is relying on, is the companies that they go with to teach them how to be truck drivers. Well, they go to these companies and they're sending them with basically students, people that have 3 months experience and don't know nothing themselves. And it's a student teaching a student. And I don't blame the trainer. I blame the company. They're not being taught like they should be taught.
Joyce said, do you folks have parents still alive? Both of our dads are still with us. Kathy said, and you own the rights to the music. Oh, I guess you're talking about TT.
Yeah, I own the rights to
we own the rights to that. Teresa said, only high school and college football at our house. We stopped the others when the first knee was taken.
Larry says, I'm a contractor in New Jersey. I will be getting a Cobra 29 as I do travel a bit. This has given my old eyes an opening. That's awesome. It's good radio. My suggestion to you when you get it, take it to a CB shop or buy it from a CB shop that already has tuned and peaked the radio and get you a good antenna. If you're in a personal vehicle, I probably recommend something like a Wilson 2000 or something like that, magnet mount.
Beth said, you all carry a way heavier load than you know. I'm sure you took the blame for a lot of housework not getting done. Not that I would ever do such a thing. Can't wait for you to get back on the road.
She's saying, please get back on the road. I'm having to do housework.
I'm having to do the housework. Alan said, nice visiting with y'all after a long day. Like-minded, but lighthearted.
Wild Willis has been rolling with the CB in my vehicle since the 70s when I got my license, rolling triple L150.
Vivian said, a CB is how my daddy found out all 4 of his girls were born. Aww.
That's cool. Iowa Dana says, Chief and Vikings here. House divided. Million Mile Club says, facts, G. Healing Frequencies Music says, wow, is that ever a true story? You see this in teacher education all the time. They have to learn to be real teachers in the classroom. Yeah. It's nuts.
Smith said, after a rough day, you guys always cheer me up. Thanks for your humor, too. Oh, glad we can lift
Susan,
you up.
yes, that's the dog snoring.
Amy said, I got to get me a bunny hat.
Leather and Luxury Car says, how do you know what channel to use on the CB? Channel 19 is pretty much what everybody runs if they're running the CB.
Excuse me.
And usually if you have a private conversation going, you'll say, hey, drop it up to 23 or bring it up to 23 or channel. Drop it down to 17 or something like that if you want to just have a private conversation. But 19 is usually the one they run on. Back in the old days on I-5 in California, the drivers would run Channel 5. But 19 is pretty much it.
Barbara said, your dog is snorting or snoring? She is snoring. She is asleep.
Yeah, when she's awake, she's snorting. And when she's sleeping, she's snoring. And sometimes you can't tell the difference.
No. It all sounds pretty
You have to look at her eyes to see if they're open or shut.
Gary said, joke, 2 blondes walk into a bar. The third one ducked.
Maddie says, you are Mr. G. I got lost.
Margot said, my CDL training was like boot camp. You either got it or you didn't. First trip to Canada. Second trip was hazmat talk about throwing you in the deep end.
Yeah, exactly. GJ Threefold says, it's cool you're trolling. I'm patrolling. The Gumby Blues, truck driver, not a steering wheel holder.
Nope.
Alex Beatty says, T sounds like a dinosaur.
Lori said, your dog is really loud. Yes. And she gets louder and opinionated even when she's sleeping.
Max Brand says, good evening. How you doing, Max? Ed says, and tune the antenna. Yeah, make sure your SWRs are correct.
Thank you, Brenda.
And that's the big one. SWRs, your antennas are the biggest thing. Antenna and mic. My dog just stole the catnip cat treats, and he's on a special food for allergies. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And he's snorting Maddies. Or Sugar Perry. Carol Shea says, my daughter was a driver trainer. She worked with Washington State DMV to get their driver's test to match with what the drivers are taught. Hugh Stevenson says at Trucker G, FMCSA just granted a variance to Warner, allowing students, trainees to drive without their trainer being in the passenger seat. Scary. Yeah, that is scary. And these are the people that we got driving on the roads with our families. It's because these mega corporations have the money. ATA has the money to lobby for the mega carriers in DC. And these politicians take the money from these mega corporations and the ATA. And the ATA is supposed to be there representing the truck driver. No, ATA, they represent the mega corporations, the mega carriers. They don't represent the 85% of us that actually run the freight in this country. The actual truck drivers in this country that run the freight aren't the mega corporations. It's companies that have 100 or less trucks. And actually more than that. Actually less trucks than that, to be honest with you.
Tiffany said, I don't know how you all stay up so late. It's 8:30 in Oregon, and I'm tired and need to go to bed. Good night. See you in the morning. I'll bring coffee. Good night, Tiffany. Get you some rest.
Dee says, when my kids were little, we always had a CB. Kids had fun talking to the truckers, and we stayed updated on what was ahead of us. Good memories.
Danette said, our fur baby sleeps with us. He is half pit, and he don't lay down like a normal. He just falls on you, then starts snoring. LOL. That's
Florida, yeah, that has a lot to do with it also. As insurance companies possibly behind the CBs not being allowed in the trucks. They have a lot to do with it.
Aline said, we ordered some of that visible cleaner to get the bugs off the bumper that you recommended. Got it today, but someone hit my husband's Jeep today while was parked and took the bumper off. Guess we got to wait to try it now till we get a bumper to use it on. No. That's awful.
Still use it on soap. Soap scum in the bathroom.
Soap scum worked. And also stainless steel.
She's talking about the bull snot visible.
Bull snot. Yep. Mary said, I just had to order 3 of those bunny hats for my grandkids for Easter. Awesome. Sean, thank you for the stars. Star salute. William said, I like my CB. Michael said, G, say hi to, I have messaged you from the start. My grandfather trucked for 40 years. I miss him. Spent summers riding with him and driving.
Oh, hi, RN says, Mrs. G needs to go to bed. She's making me yawn. Are you tired, mamas?
I'm sorry. I did not get a nap like someone.
Is you tired, mamas?
Yes, and I still have laundry to finish.
Guys, I guess we're going to get off here. Somebody, just a party pooper.
Okay, but somebody...
I'm ready to go.
Somebody had a nap.
No. We'll get off here. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right. We love you guys.
If you want us to.
Let's do a star salute before we go to bed. All right. 1, 2, 3. Star salute. Like, I'm happy to see you.
Well, on that note, we got to go.
Love you guys. Good night. Did you hear her?
You are loud, girl.
She got louder when you